dash kits are available to you complete with instructions for do-it-yourself installation. But here are some tips before you start. Our kits are easy to install. Keep the enclosed diagram with you in the car during the installation. It will help you determine where the correct piece fits. Because of the flexibility of the materials, you don't need a heat gun or any extra tools. But we do recommend that the interior temperature of the vehicle should be at least 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Use your car heater if necessary to warm things up. Your kit includes a full diagram of all the parts included, all of the trim pieces, alcohol pads for cleaning preparation, and adhesion promoter tubes for areas such as small corners and any air vents. We recommend installing the smallest pieces first to familiarize yourself with the process. Be careful when removing pieces from the box to avoid breaking or damaging them prior to installation. The surface must be perfectly oil-free. If dash treatments such as arm roll have been applied, clean the dash with wax and grease remover. Don't use strong lacquer thinners because it might eat through the plastic and destroy any lettering. You should repeat this process several times to ensure a thorough cleaning of the dash, or the pieces will not adhere properly. We recommend Prep All Wax and Grease Remover. If the surface is already clean and wax-free, then a normal rubbing alcohol will be fine. Now let's get started. Step 1. Test fitting the dash trim. We call this a dry fitting. Without removing the red liner and exposing the adhesive, make sure each piece of the kit fits correctly into its designated place. If something doesn't match or looks damaged, please contact us right away. This step will also help you establish the areas where you might want to use the adhesive promoter. Also, during this step, make sure that all the vents and buttons move freely. Step 2. Surface cleaning and preparation. Clean the areas that the trim will cover thoroughly with rubbing alcohol. The surface area should be free of lint or dirt, and more specifically, silicone-based vinyl treatment products. These products leave a silicone residue and will greatly reduce adhesion. Word of caution. Vehicles that have been treated with vinyl treatments need to be thoroughly cleaned until the surface area is dull in appearance. There is no feel of residue. Special care should be taken with any used vehicles. Once you think it's clean enough, you can test it with a piece of masking tape in order to see if it will stick. If it sticks, move on to step 3. Step 3. Adhesive promoter. The adhesive promoter should only be used on thin or bent trim parts and also around air vents. In most situations, the 3M backing is sufficient by itself. To use the adhesive promoter stick, break the inner tube by pressing on the black dot on the stick, then very gently squeeze to start the flow of the brush. When you see that the brush starts to get wet, stop squeezing. Apply the adhesive promoter paintbrush style only to areas around the dash receiving trim. Be careful not to get it on any other areas, as it is potentially corrosive and could leave a permanent stain. Once it's open, it starts to dry, so we suggest you use it on all required areas, such as corners and around vents, before proceeding to step 4. Step 4. Installation to the dash. With your fingernail or standard utility knife, catch the corner of the red liner on the 3M tape and remove it. If it's a big trim piece, it may be easier if you leave some of the red liner attached as you apply the trim. It is better to simply remove a small piece of the backing, attach that part, and then simply pull on the red tails as you're holding the piece in place. This trick will allow you to perfectly position and install each piece. After installing the trim, do not handle for a period of 72 hours. Step 5. Finishing touches. Once the red liner is removed, gently press the trim into place. Large components should be installed left to right to avoid center buckling. Once the dash pieces are all in place, give all pieces a final press using your fingers. This will also act as a final visual inspection before the adhesive cures. Now is a good time to check the operation of air vents, all the buttons and switches, as well as glove box doors and small compartments and cup holders to ensure that they're all working properly. Step 6. Once you have finished installing all the trim pieces, go back over each piece and give it a good firm press, paying special attention to the corners and any pieces that bend. This is just to make sure you have gotten the entire piece to adhere properly. Step 7. Use a clean, lint-free, soft cloth to remove the fingerprints and any smudges caused by the installation. You are now ready to enjoy your dash kit. In the future, you could use any safe household glass cleaner to clean and polish the trim. Care and cleaning. Now that you have successfully installed your product, you can keep it looking like new by following these simple care instructions. To clean it, use a dirt-free towel, water, or standard household window cleaner. You should avoid using vinyl treatment products as they could reduce the effectiveness of the adhesive. We are certain that if you follow these simple instructions, your new trim kit will bring you years of pleasure and satisfaction. Please feel free to review any of the steps in order to ensure the best results.